The forest swallowed the sound of the car door as Christopher Knight stepped out and shut it behind him, leaving the keys in the ignition. A deliberate choice, though he didn't know why. He didn't leave a note or tell his family goodbye, simply walking away into the depths of the Maine woods in 1986 when he was just 20 years old, moving quietly along a trail deeper than most would dare go, where the echoes of civilization faded along with the noise of engines, strangers' chatter, and even the memory of conversation itself. As he chose not to look back because he had always been painfully shy, raised in a stoic family that did not ask questions nor encourage emotion, causing social interaction for him to feel like exhausting and confusing conversations in a foreign language without a translator. So one day, without telling a soul, he left everything behind. And as days turned into weeks and then months, he built a small camp hidden in a dense thicket near North Pond, so well concealed that no hunter or hiker would ever stumble upon it, enduring through brutal winters filled with sleepless nights pacing in the snow, terrified of freezing to death while summers were plagued by swarms of mosquitoes and stifling heat. Yet somehow, he managed to survive and became like a ghost, learning the patterns of the neighboring cabins surrounding North Pond, identifying which were occupied only on weekends and which had propane tanks, batteries, and paperback novels, breaking locks and stealing food, winter jackets, and books from them, all while silently leaving no trace behind. Never smashing or vandalizing anything sentimental as he moved like a shadow, committing over 1,000 burglaries over 27 years without a single soul ever witnessing him. As locals whispered about him being a strange hermit or ghost, some arming themselves and lying in wait, but Knight always managed to slip away, leaving behind only the chilling knowledge that someone had been there. And during all this silent existence, he hardly uttered a word, startling a hiker in the 1990s with just a brief greeting of "hi," before vanishing back into the woods, training himself to sneeze and laugh silently, ultimately becoming less a man than an echo of one, until one night in 2013, when his invisibility failed him as a motion sensor at Pine Tree Camp triggered an alarm, leading game wardens to find him rifling through the kitchen. And when asked how long he had been out there, he simply replied, "Since the 80s. Pledging guilty to theft and burglary. The judge, seeing more than just a criminal in front of him, sentenced Knight to a short jail term, counseling, and probation. But reintegration proved difficult after nearly 3 decades of silence, devoid of conversation, crowds, or responsibilities, forcing him to speak to judges, live among neighbors, and work a job while complying with societal norms, yet never seeking attention, rejecting interviews and bristling at comparisons to Thoreau, as he simply wanted to be left alone. Today, Christopher Knight lives quietly in rural Maine, a man who once dissolved into the trees and re-emerged without answers, only a story to tell, asserting he never felt lonely during those years, finding peace in his silence, discovering freedom in losing his identity, suggesting that perhaps his story resonates deeply within us, stirring curiosity about what he experienced in that profound silence and what fragments of ourselves we might uncover if we were courageous enough to follow him into the woods. The journey of Christopher Knight raises profound questions about solitude, identity, and the yearning for freedom as he navigated through the shadows of the Maine forest alone, where each rustle of leaves and whisper of the wind became his companions, allowing him to escape the burdens of modern life. In those solitary moments, he learned not only to survive, but to thrive without the need for social validation. understanding that true peace lies in embracing one's own company and the beauty of nature. As years melded into one another, his camp became more than just a shelter. It transformed into a sanctuary where the chaotic noise of existence fell silent and the rhythm of the natural world intertwined with his very being. However, the unexpected intrusion of civilization marked the end of his decades-long retreat, forcing him to confront the realities he had sought to evade, leaving behind a legacy that challenges our understanding of what it means to truly live. Knight's story is not merely one of isolation, but rather a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between presence and absence, and how sometimes the greatest adventures lie within the depths of our own souls, waiting to be explored if we dare to venture into the unknown.